Have you ever wondered what happened to the people who were actually there at the crucifixion? We know about Mary, John, and the other disciples. But what about the Roman soldiers who carried out the orders? Specifically, what became of the centurion who pierced Jesus' side, the one who famously declared, "Truly this man was the Son of God"? This isn't just a simple historical question. It's a journey into ancient traditions, faith, and the profound, life-altering power of a single moment. Let's travel back in time to the hill of Golgotha outside Jerusalem. The scene is grim. A Roman centurion, a hardened career soldier in charge of 100 men, is overseeing the day's crucifixions. This was a routine, brutal part of his job. He had likely seen countless men die this way. But this time was different. The sky darkened unnaturally. The earth shook. And as Jesus breathed his last, something shifted within this soldier. Looking up at the cross, he uttered those world-changing words. The Gospel of Mark tells us, "And when the centurion, who stood there in front of Jesus, saw how he died, he said, 'Surely this man was the Son of God.'" So who was this man? While the Bible doesn't name him, tradition does. He is known to us as Longinus. The name itself is believed to be derived from the Greek word lanche, which means lance or spear, a direct reference to the weapon he used. According to the Gospel of John, to hasten the deaths of the crucified before the Sabbath, the soldiers broke the legs of the two thieves. But when they came to Jesus, they saw he was already dead. So one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water flowed out. Tradition holds that this soldier was Longinus. This is where the story takes a fascinating and beautiful turn. It's not a tale of darkness and doom, but one of redemption. According to apocryphal texts, like the Gospel of Nicodemus, Longinus had a severe eye ailment, perhaps even partial blindness. As he pierced Jesus' side, some of the blood and water that flowed out splashed onto his eyes. And in that instant, he was miraculously healed. It wasn't just his physical sight that was restored. His spiritual eyes were opened as well. In that moment of divine healing and witnessing the supernatural events, his hardened soldier's heart was transformed. He saw the truth. Imagine the impact of that moment. This wasn't just a battlefield conversion. It was a profound personal encounter that changed the entire course of his life. Convinced of Jesus' divinity, Longinus could no longer serve the empire that had executed him. He left the Roman army, a decision that would have been incredibly risky, marking him as a deserter. He then sought out the apostles, was baptized, and dedicated his life to spreading the very message he had once helped to suppress. His journey took him back to his homeland, Cappadocia, in modern-day Turkey. There, he became a monk and a missionary, sharing his incredible testimony with everyone he met. He was a living witness to the most pivotal event in human history. He could say, "I was there. I saw it. I touched the evidence of his sacrifice, and it healed me." His message was powerful and authentic, and many people were drawn to the new faith because of his story. However, living as a Christian in the Roman Empire was fraught with danger. The governor of Cappadocia soon learned of this former Roman soldier who was now preaching about a crucified king. Longinus was arrested for his faith. The authorities demanded that he renounce Christ and make a sacrifice to the Roman gods. For Longinus, who had looked into the face of divinity, this was an impossible demand. He refused, standing firm in his newfound conviction. The governor, enraged by his defiance, subjected him to horrific tortures. They pulled out his teeth and cut out his tongue, hoping to silence his powerful voice. But a miracle occurred. Even without his tongue, Longinus continued to speak clearly, prophesying and praising God. In a final act of spiritual warfare, it said that he took an axe, smashed the pagan idols in the governor's presence. And an evil spirit that came out of the idols possessed the governor, blinding him and driving him mad. Longinus then told the tormented governor that he would only be healed after Longinus himself was executed. He knew his earthly journey was coming to an end, and he faced it with the same courage he had once shown on the battlefield. But now it was for a cause greater than any empire. He was beheaded, becoming a martyr for the faith he had embraced at the foot of the cross. And the story doesn't end there. True to his final prophecy, after Longinus was executed, the governor traveled to the place where the martyr's head lay. He wept over it, repenting of his actions. At that moment, his sight was restored and his mind was cleared. Just as Longinus was healed by the blood of Christ, the governor was healed through the sacrifice of the saint. The governor himself then converted to Christianity and lived the rest of his life in repentance and faith. So, the fate of the soldier who crucified Jesus wasn't dark at all. It was a journey from the darkness of ignorance and brutality into the brilliant light of faith, healing, and redemption. The story of Saint Longinus shows that no one is beyond the reach of grace. The very man who participated in the crucifixion became one of its most powerful witnesses. His spear, once a symbol of death and Roman power, became a holy relic, a symbol of the moment that truth pierced the veil of the world. His story is a testament to the transformative power of a single moment of encounter with the divine, a message of hope that has echoed through the centuries. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey into history and faith. If you found this story as moving as I do, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the fascinating stories hidden within our past. See you next time.